an Australian nurse accused of working for Islamic State is expected to be charged with terrorism offences today. Adam Brookman arrived home in Melbourne overnight, escorted by federal police from Sydney.
The nurse's pledge includes a vow not to do anything evil or malicious. This nurse is accused of doing the opposite. At 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, escorted by federal police, Adam Brookman boarded Qantas Flight 447 to Melbourne, where he arrived late last night. It's a far cry from war-torn Syria, where the Islamic convert claims to have gone in April last year to assist in humanitarian work. Nothing more. But a court heard yesterday that Brookman is accused of undertaking guard duty for Islamic State. News that he'd be returning to Melbourne has residents concerned.
It's scary. It's actually scary hearing what's going around the news.
Brookman claimed Islamic State militants had kidnapped him from a hospital in Syria after he was injured in an airstrike. He says they forced him to work for them as a nurse before escaping to Turkey and surrendering to Australian authorities. That story will now be put under the microscope by investigators. If found guilty, Brookman faces up to a decade behind bars. It's unclear whether he'll face court today or tomorrow. Christian Gaupset, 7 News.
Cronulla Sharks star Andrew Fifita is being investigated over claims he threatened to physically harm a junior rugby league referee. It all started after his brother David, who also plays for the Sharks, started abusing an official during the game. When the ref, who happens to be a policeman, started filming the incident, Fifita apparently threatened to smash him if he didn't put his mobile phone away. The Sharks have been reluctant to comment on the matter, only to say it's been referred to the NRL Integrity Unit. Tasmanian locals are on shark watch this morning following yesterday's fatal mauling off Tasmania's east coast. A daughter watched on in horror as her father was attacked while they were scallop diving. Live to our reporter Laurel Irving. Laurel, what happened?
Good morning, Talitha. Well, look, it's been 22 years since the last shark attack here in Tasmania, and on every level was absolutely distressing. The 46-year-old Hobart man was diving for scallops in shallow waters between Lachlan and Maria Islands yesterday morning around this time just off the coast here. He was with his daughter, who was in her 20s. They came to the surface, dropped some scallops in their tinny, and then he went back down again for more. It didn't come up, and so she went down to investigate, and that's when she saw her father being attacked by the great white shark. Now, she obviously immediately raised the alarm, but unfortunately emergency services workers couldn't save him. It is a really popular area for scallop fishing, and it has been for a really long time, but police don't want anyone in the water at the moment. They will be patrolling the area today, getting all divers, fishermen and small boats out of the area. Then also investigating what happened with other shark sightings. Some fishermen have said that they saw a great white shark in the same waters in the lead up to this attack. There had been no official shark warning put out over marine radio, though. Police will prepare a report for the coroner, Talitha.
OK, thank you, Laurel. Laurel Irving reporting there. The Labor National Conference wraps up in Melbourne today, and opposition leader Bill Shorten got what he wanted: support for his asylum seeker policy. Live to 7 senior political reporter Tim Lester, who is in Melbourne. Good morning to you, Tim. Interestingly, his 2IC, Tanya Plibersek, didn't take part in the vote.
Morning, Talitha. Nor did his Senate leader Penny Wong. She chose the same course, and his leadership adversary of 2013, Anthony Albanese, voted against his position. So this was a bruising win for Bill Shorten, but a win nonetheless. He has now made it far tougher for the Abbott government to attack Labor in the run to the next election on asylum policy, because their asylum policies are much the same. That said, Labor will argue it is more compassionate. It has put $450 million pledged for UN assistance to refugees, and also allowing more refugees into Australia, 27,000 a year. It was those concessions that Tanya Plibersek was trying to highlight when she spoke with us briefly.
We've come out of this conference with a policy that will take more refugees into Australia, but will bring them here safely. That's a great outcome from today's debate.
You chose to be proxied out? Was
Thanks,
that your
everyone.
choice?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Why?
Thank you. I'm not going to have you follow. Thanks a lot. I'm late for
The problem for Labor now is that split at the top could be on display here again today as the party tackles same-sex marriage. The difficulty there, whether Labor takes a binding vote supporting same-sex marriage to any vote in Parliament, or whether it allows a conscience vote. Bill Shorten wants the latter. It's understood Tanya Plibersek and Penny Wong want the binding vote, so watch out for more fireworks and perhaps heartache for Labor here today.
Another big day there. Thank you, Tim. Tim Lester reporting there. Police have broken up a brawl which broke out during a teenage party in the exclusive Sydney suburb of Vaucluse. They've been told a number of people gate crashed the party before the fight erupted. One person had to be treated by paramedics for a black eye. Meantime, police are also investigating a fight that broke out at a karaoke bar in the CBD in which a man suffered head injuries. A team of chefs in China has spent 13 hours slaving away in the kitchen to make the world's biggest steamed bun. It was unveiled with a fireworks display at a food festival in the country's east. It's rather spectacular. The bun came in at 1.3 tonne and required 500 kilograms of meat and 900 kilos of flour to make. It made the Guinness World Record for both its weight and its size. Talk about carb loading, hey?
It looks like they're just little mini buns in amongst the big bun.
I was going to ask. I mean, was there actual one single bun?
It was, I believe. I think they've just picked parts out of it.
I hope they were.
Oh, there's the big
there's
bun,
the big one.
Does it consist of many little buns?
I think inside, because you saw the people then eating it, and they looked like small, contained,
they might have got
individual
those from the
buns.
breakout
Look at that. It's individual buns.
Oh, yeah, but the outside
I know my buns.
is like a volcanic flower
Exactly.
structure.
You're saying it's going to explode?
It could.
Suzuki's 2015 plate clearance is on. Get Swift GL manual from $14,990 drive away and auto from just $16,490 drive away. Plus the all-new Vitara is here from $22,990 drive away. See your Suzuki dealer today.
Hello, welcome back to Weekend Sunrise. Here's Ryan with some sport.
Thanks, Andrew. Good morning, everyone. Fremantle coach Ross Lyon admits they stole victory in his side's thrilling 4-point win over Richmond. Dustin Martin did his best to cool off the premiership favourites, but the Dockers were able to overturn a third-quarter deficit. David Mundy kept a level head to seal the victory in the final minute.
There was times a bit of their pressure, but to be truthful, our ball use was just bottom end, you know, really poor, so footy suicide.
Former Bomber Paddy Ryder helped keep Port Adelaide's finals hopes alive by kicking 4 goals in a 13-point win over his former club. While North Melbourne and 400-gamer Brent Harvey kicked 2 majors as the Kangaroos thrashed a lifeless Brisbane side by 72 points at the Gabba. And there is speculation Gary Ablett's season could be over after he suffered a knee injury in his side's 45-point loss to Adelaide. South Sydney has sent a warning to the rest of the NRL competition, thrashing Newcastle 52 points to 6. Greg Inglis has again found his best form, scoring a first-half hat-trick. Dylan Walker also crossed for 3 tries, while Alex Johnston pitched in with a double.
To be honest, probably fair time to apologise to our fans, particularly for the first half. You know, that's not NRL standard.
The Warriors' title hopes have taken a huge hit with halfback Shaun Johnson suffering a season-ending ankle injury in a shock 32-12 loss against a reeling Manly side. Steve Maddai knocked himself out, one of a handful of players to exit the match through injury. Meanwhile, the Storm's 22-4 win over the Dragons has been marred by allegations of biting levelled against Jesse Bromwich. The Wallabies take on Argentina in their rugby championship clash in Mendoza this morning. Earlier, the All Blacks overcame the Springboks 27-20 to maintain top spot on the table. Willie LaRue scored the opening try before Ben Smith struck just before half-time. Skipper Richie McCaw sealed the win with a 74th minute try in his record 140th appearance for New Zealand. Britain's Chris Froome has all but won his second Tour de France after holding on to the overall lead in the penultimate day of racing. Nairo Quintana fought gallantly to take second on stage 20, but couldn't erase the deficit and will follow Froome into Paris in the mostly ceremonial final ride, barring disaster. Frenchman Thibaut Pinot took out the stage.
No one threw a cannoli at Froome.
No, there was no obscenities directed in his.
Thankfully.
Yeah, it's been horrible the way they've attacked him.
Throwing cups of urine.
Yeah, and spitting, and no, it hasn't been very pleasant at all.
I mean, they stopped short of number 2s. That was good.
There is a positive.
That's a positive.
That's true. I'm sure he's looking at it in that way.
Yeah, indeed. You got to look on the bright side.
I think I'm lucky.
Speaking more about animal behaviour, it's all happening this morning. Biting allegations in the NRL. There have been clawing allegations. This is Sam. He's clawing allegations here at Mogo Zoo. There you go, Sam. Yes, Sam is awesome. And this is Frodo. Frodo's slightly more friendly. They are beautiful. They are really beautiful. These are red pandas, of course. You find them in China and Nepal. And this morning here at Mogo Zoo, we're going to be getting really hands-on, as you can see, with the animals.
Are they fully grown,
it is very
JT?
exciting for me, and we'll have very cute pictures for you. Yeah, they're fully grown. How old are these guys?
10 and a half.
10 and a half years old. So they're not young. But
And
they
they're
are
not
just
insubstantial.
stunning. And they like apple in the morning.
Oh.
No, very friendly. Very friendly. We're going to become best friends, Frodo. Let's have a look at the forecast now for the first time this morning.
Weekend sunrise weather brought to you by Inner Health for Kids. Have your kids had their inner health today?
There's a band of high cloud moving from WA across the continent, bringing patchy rain, and the cold air clouds hovering over the Great Australian Bight are going to bring cold weather to southeastern states tomorrow. In Brisbane, showers clearing today, a top of 26. In Sydney, sunny and 20. Possible showers in Canberra and 10. Melbourne, showers and 11. Hobart, showers and a windy 11. In Adelaide, possible showers and 13. Partly cloudy in Perth and 19. And in Darwin, beautiful and sunny and 32. And look, the reason that we're going to be hanging out with these fantastic animals this morning is because of the BBC Earth DVDs that are available in News Corp newspapers today. $2.50 when you purchase the paper, and you can learn all about nature and animals and fantastic creatures like these red pandas. Isn't Frodo great?
He's terrific.
I'd love Frodo to become a feature of the entire morning. And here comes Sam. He hates it when Frodo gets all the attention.
Yeah, but I don't blame Sam.
Just
really,
use my face. Use my face for grip. That's the way.
It's just a scratching pole, JT.
But I think that you probably need to give Sam a little bit more love than say, "Oh, Frodo and I are best friends." Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Sam, like, no wonder he's got his back turned.
That's true.
Do you feel bad?
Yeah, he's gone all the way over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm going to say how dainty Frodo eats until I saw some foam from that.
All over the cookie duster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, JT. Thank you. We'll let you make up for the neglect of Sam.